Right. No idea who that was. But let's go to Wales. Okay, my lovelies. Here we go. Oh, that does sound nice. Okay, the first part of the journey. Oh, it is quite nice in here since I had a little autoglim round. Still got some more to do. But, yeah, the first part of the journey is just not going to come as a surprise to any of you guys. It's the, oh God, my bloody OCD. I'm going to have to check the door. I know it's locked. I know it's locked. There we go. Okay, so the first part of the journey is going to be unremarkable. It's just the way that we go to the yard. So you've seen it a million times on a Monday. However, I think it's going to be the first time for Dickie Dum Dum here. So yeah, we can vicariously enjoy it through him. Okay, right. Here we go. Now, at some point, I am going to lash out 10 shillings or however much it costs to do the tyre pressures. You know, I've had a visual check, obviously, and none of them are so low that I need to get my gubbins out and inflatorate them. Oh, I like that, inflatorate. What a good word. But I am going to, yeah, they look a little low. I mean, it's got a big old heavy V6 at the front. But, oh, here we go. So yeah, I'm going to lash out 50p, give them a check when I come across a suitable garage. And off we jolly well go. Really looking forward to this. Oh, and the camera's staying relatively nice and still, that's good. Don't think I've forgotten anything, but I probably have. I'll cope. The weather forecast is a bit pants. Rain coming in 1 to 2 o'clock, and then the rain hanging around until very late evening, coming towards midnight. But however damp it gets, it's not going to dampen my spirits. Hello Premier Inn, hello Beefeater. Oh, and cruise control. I have cruise control, the only vehicle on the fleet with cruise control, I think. Has Boo got cruise? I don't think she has she? So anyway, I shall jolly well enjoy the cruise control once we get to the motorway part. It's going to be the normal Monday until we get to Chapel, basically. Right, sit back and enjoy the waft. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I was doing 60, drifting down to 50 as we were just coming into that 50 mile an hour limited area, and those two cars decide they're going to do an overtake coming towards a restricted speed zone and a blind bend. That's the kind of driving that causes accidents. of a crossroads. Lovely stony Middleton. When red light shows, wait here. Clearly doesn't apply to Honda CR-Vs. Now my father, after I was born, my father felt inclined to have a change of career, and he decided to stop earning his daily wage by frightening people and ultimately potentially injuring them. And he ended up being a black cab driver, but there was a period, oh, more traffic lights, there was a period where he worked as the personal chauffeur to a chap called Harold Leeming, who was one of the, if not the, managing director of Air Equip, or was it Quinton Hazel? Air Equip, I think. And one of his things as a chauffeur was that he never hit a cat's eye when he changed lane, which Mr. Leeming was very appreciative of, because he liked to file his nails in the back seat of the car. And if the car went over a cat's eye, there could be a catastrophic nail filing injury. And that's something that stuck with me, and to this day, whenever I change lane, I try my very best to avoid the cat's eyes. Isn't that queer? And having come out of Stony Middleton, we've gained a bit of altitude, and we're kind of a little bit on the tops now, and the glorious Peak District National Park just rolls out in front of us. Rather splendid, and I'm very comfortable with my choice of car. This is very nice indeed. Now this is extremely unusual. You've been with me on many Mondays, and you'll know that it is traditional to be stuck behind something large and slow, and I haven't been as yet. I've been spanking along at the at the legal limit. Obviously I wouldn't go above that, and in this car that's rather pleasant, although it is going to be gulping the fuel. Now I don't know if that's just coincidence or whether it's because I've left a little bit later than I usually would, but I mean, this is, oh dear, traffic lights. This is a fantastic road when you're not being held up. Of course, I've bloody said that now, haven't I? And the law of sod has well and truly kicked in. Oh, maybe I'm not going to be stuck behind something large and slow. The lorry is actually parked up. Stuck behind a hybrid taxi. It's ironic really, because I'm absolutely not in a rush today. I just plan to enjoy the waft. So here we go, dropping down into Peak Forest. The 12 volt socket cover thing, I left it lying loose in the ashtray. It's rattling about and annoying me, so I shall carefully ensconce it elsewhere. here we go, coming into Sparrow Pit. I must say we're making excellent progress today. And the rain hasn't started yet. Lovely. And here we are on the outskirts of Chapel on the Frith. I'd love to know where that name came from. It'd be quite interesting. Remind me, I must Google that. And this is where our journey is going to diverge from the normal Monday, because normally at this island we would be turning left towards Glossop and Chinley. And today we're not going to do that. We're going to go straight over and onto the bypass. There's an absolutely fabulous viaduct just to the right, which sadly you can't see. Sorry. Here we go then, the end of the bypass and the beginning of what I can confidently predict will be the worst part, or certainly the least enjoyable part of this journey. The next stretch is the run to Stockport. It's not as bad as it used to be for reasons which will become clear. But yeah, you're into traffic now and 30 miles an hour for, best part of the next 10 miles, I suppose. Underneath the railway. Underneath the railway. Okay, this is Furness Vale, and this building coming up immediately on the left, just there, that used to be the Imperial Palace Chinese restaurant, and that used to be my favourite Chinese restaurant. And even though I was living in Chesterfield at the time, married to the artist formerly known as Mrs. Boaty, and we used to be here quite often, even though it was a good old schlep, probably best part of an hour's drive, but we used to come here very regularly because we loved that restaurant. It was our favourite Chinese restaurant, and it was our go-to place to celebrate the kids' birthdays, anything of that sort. It's yeah, it's a shame to see that not only is it gone, but that the building appears to have just been empty and abandoned for some while now. You'd think it had some value as for redevelopment or potentially as another business of the same nature, but it's been empty like that for, gosh, literally years. But it used to be a lovely place back in the day. Many happy memories there. Now this is one of the many kind of squeeze points where you face a delay on this route that yeah, kind of inevitable. There's 3 or 4 of these, and the thing with this route into Stockport is that there's no real way of avoiding it. You just have to, oh, hang on, I'm being telephoned. Yeah, there's no real way of avoiding this. Now, when I was working on the ambulances and we used to service Stepping Hill, then I did used to know some rat runs to get me around the back way when you actually get into Stockport itself. But sort of Furness Vale, Newtown, Disley, no way around it really, you just have to take your punishment. Fortunately, we don't have to suffer Stockport itself before getting on the ring road now, because a new road was built a few years back, which you'll see shortly. And this is Disley itself. A while since I've been here actually. I think the last time, here's the station, railway line kind of goes underneath us. I think the last time I was here would be at the very beginning of the channel, where I took a road trip to Rhyl, just a flying visit, and that was in oh gosh, now was it in Miss Henrietta Pye, or was it in, I think it might have been in Sir Arthur. I think I took Henny to the east coast, and I think I did this one in Sir Arthur. Could be wrong. Now this is where there's been a major improvement. Back in the day, certainly when I first moved up here, if you were heading west, I'm not using sat-nav today by the way, I'm winging it. If you were heading west, then you had to go through Stockport, and you'd pick up the Manchester Ring Road in Stockport. And the bit from here onwards was where you really took your punishment, because Stockport is a nightmare to drive through. But then suddenly, this road appeared, and I think the first time I noticed this road was the first time I did a road trip after, gosh, it was, well actually I think it would have been quite recently, probably about three years ago. And this new road is rather splendid. It obviates Stockport entirely. And I think it might be time to deploy the cruise control. Yeah, I've got a basic idea of where I'm going, and it's fun to do things the old school way without sat nav. Bit of a complicated junction, this one. I've got a feeling I could have just howled into that right-hand lane and stormed round there, but oh, here we go. Did you see that, my loves? We are right by Manchester Ringway, and that was a hairy plane coming into land. God, it looked as if it was about I don't know, 70, 80 feet up, landing gear down. I love being around an airport. I'll leave you running now, so it's a busy old airport, Ringway. We might see another one come in or go up, maybe even a little bit closer. Amazingly, in the whole of my life, I've only ever I've never flown into Ringway, Manchester Airport, and I've only flown out of it. Oh, tram to our right. I've only flown out of it once, and that was, oh God, yeah, that's when I was desperate. Had to get out to our place in Cyprus. Lisa and was already out there, and I couldn't get the normal flight from Exeter with Andy, and the only flight I could get was a Club 1830 charter from Ringway to Larnaca, because I particularly needed or wanted to get out that day. Oh God, worst flight ever. I've got a vague memory of needing to be in the right-hand lane at this point, otherwise you get sent on a bloody round trip around the airport. Interesting that the trams come all the way out here. Okay, not that right-hand lane. The reassuring clink of the wine bottles in the hamper in the boot. Yeah, that's right. I do remember getting caught and heading left there and having to do the airport loop. I don't know why, but it never seems to be possible to navigate intuitively around an airport. It never seems to make complete sense. Here we go. And that puts us on the M56, and I can't remember if we stay on here or shove onto another one. Hang on, sign coming up. I've got a vague memory of staying left. Chester, Preston, M56, yeah, I need to be left here. Liverpool, M62, yeah. Oh right, so this is the 56 splitting into two ways, and obviously we need to go west, and again from memory I think that will take us all the way to the A55 coast road. And then it's easy, follow your nose to St. Asaph. Right, motorway, so cruise control on. I shall turn you off and bring you back in a bit. Here comes the rain. Oh well, we knew it was coming, and it saves on screen wash, doesn't it? Bridge, isn't it? Oh, and speaking of bridges, I think we're about to go over one. Oh, we can do a Boaty's bridges, except I don't know what the bridge is. I can always find out later on. power station thing over to the right. Church spire to the left, a little town. We're going over a river. Okay, so we're just passing the M53 heading to Ellesmere Port and Birkenhead. And we're down to 2 lanes. Nice. What an absolutely pigging awful road surface. Horrible. Not many roads left with this surface. Absolutely hateful. And we're coming towards the end of the motorway. And here we go. We go from motorway to not motorway. And here we go. Welcome to Wales. Croeso I Cymru. I'm home. Straight into Flintshire. Oh, and 50-mile-an-hour speed limit. There we are. And I'm pleased to report that the weather is properly Welsh. Grey, drizzly, overcast, and look, there's the red griffin on that bridge. Wonderful. And road signs in my own language. What a deep joy. Oh, Dick-a-dum-dum. Welcome to Wales. And all of you lot. It's kind of the first time we've been to Wales together, isn't it? First time I've been since the channel was, well, something like a channel. I think the last time I was here, which I think was it, I called him Sir Arthur earlier. His name was Sir Arnold Robinson, my Rover 75 saloon. Yeah, I'm sure I was in him the last time, and the channel, it had only just started and I was only pissing about at that stage. So yeah, this is the first time we've done it properly. We've just gone over a very big watery thing, and there was a weird bright blue bridge also going over it to the right. I'd like to know what that was. Remind me to look it up. Look it up. Do you remember when you used to have to look things up rather than Googling them? Now, if I'm right, because obviously sitting here facing the drive-thru, I've just been into McDonald's, by the way. Got a burger and a Coke. And it's not a very nice place to sit and eat, but if I remember correctly, I have been here before. And the last time I was here was with Chinese Madam. And we were on our way to Llandudno, and I think that I can go down here and kind of park up at the side, and it's by some woods, and it's just a nicer place to sit and eat. And I am right, look, here we go. I can pull in here I remember doing this. There we go. Right, let's get outside of this burger. Sit rep. I'm in Wales. It's raining. I have used some fuel. I've got a double burger. And yeah, just paused for a spot of something to eat, get a drink. Yeah. Excuse me. Just nick the rest of this burger and I'll be on my way. Now, the last time I was in this spot, which is just off the A55, I was in a Ford, what was it, C-Max. I was with Chinese Madam and we were en route to Llandudno. And I went for a wee in those trees. It was a bloody bank holiday, everything was heaving, there were traffic jams. Oh, nightmare of a day. And then I ended up burning the clutch out on the Great Orme, stuck behind some idiot in a bloody motorhome who didn't know how to drive it. Hey ho. There we go. Okay, oh, hello. Blimey. You must have nicked something from McDonald's. Right, let's crack on then, shall we? Can't be too far now, I suppose. And I think we'll have side lights on. Oh, and I think we might just inch the old heater up a tad. Okay, all clear, here we go. A55 Coast Road, here we come. Well, except that this bit's not quite so close to the, excuse me, coast. Oh hello, this is proper rain now, isn't it? Fan blower position number 1, I think. Again, I'm not using sat-nav or anything, so I don't honestly know how far away I am, but can't be far. If I had to guess, I'd say 30 miles. Probably start picking up signs before too long. And I mean road signs, I don't mean signs from God or anything like that. Just passed a sign that said 33 miles to Llandudno, so it's got to be less than that, probably more like 20. I've just remembered that the last trip, it wasn't to Rhyl at all. Of course it wasn't, although we did have a quick drive round. The last trip was to Prestatyn, and to specifically to I drove all that way to go to a chip shop called the Crispy Cod. God, yeah, how could I have forgotten that? And we've just entered Denbighshire. Denbighshire, I am in you. Punto, a punto I am overtaking. Oof. Hello, what's coming up here? Oh, it's this bit. Oh, jolly good. Yeah, a bit of an old downhill here. This is nice, isn't it? Here we go. Turn off coming up. cattle market down there to the left by the look of it. Okay. Gosh, here are some names from childhood. Abigail, Kimmel Bay. Oh, a Saints Bob's. Oh, that might be handy. Fuel and whatnot. $1.50 not. Oh, it's a bit expensive. Pizza Hut. Oh, a Halfords. Steak and a drink, $12.50. Okay. Now, what we got here? S1. Oh no, sorry, it's a roly-poly. That was a Cloud, wasn't it? Cloud 1, I think. Oh, and the Morrisons as well. Oh, and the Pound Stretcher and the Matalan. Gosh. I've got no idea where I'm going, of course. It's not that big a place, and the hotel's right on the seafront, so how difficult can it be to find? Here we go then. I presume I'm going right here. The Imperial Hotel. Lovely. Straight on, I'm guessing. Oh, and there's the Happy Buddha. Oh no, that's not the one I'm thinking of. It's the Laughing Buddha that I'm thinking of. Now, left or right? Not a clue. I'm guessing this is the seafront road and I genuinely don't know, so we'll go left. And I can always come back around if need be. SC2, I'm guessing, is that what used to be the Sunset Centre when I was a kid? Right. Oh, crazy golf. Gotta love that. Speed cameras, and I don't know anything about this new 20 mile an hour thing, so I suppose I'd better just keep doing 20 everywhere. Right, I don't think it's down here, is it? I think we're kind of coming out of town now, so I probably need to spin around, head back. This a roundabout, I can spin around the roundabout and head back, can't I? Whoops. Wheel spin? Really? Christo e Rhyl. So I'm trying to remember whatever I can remember from childhood. Now, there would have been more than one trips to Rhyl, of course. What do I remember? I remember the Sun Centre, of course. A big, oh, some of you guys, you're going to remember that, aren't you? A big kind of swimming pool-y place. Probably had things that were exciting at the time. Probably had a slide, whatever you call them. Might have had a wave machine. I think it did have a wave machine, didn't it? I mean, that was, when you were a kid, that was quite the thing. And I'm sure that was here on the left. It makes sense. SC2 could easily stand for Sun Centre 2, couldn't it? But I mean, of course, in childhood it was a bright and exciting place. Alright, the weather's a bit pants today, but even with the best weather in the world, you're not going to describe this as bright and exciting, are you? But, oh, hello. All of the arcades on the right hand side. Oh, there's a Premier Inn there. Gosh. Casino Lounge, Monte Carlo amusements. I love the idea of just adding Monte Carlo to a thing in North Wales to make it seem exotic. Seaquarium. That's right, there did used to be an aquarium, didn't there? Oh right, I can see where we're going now. I can see where we're going. Gosh, it is right on the seafront. Well, it really is right on the seafront. Can't complain about this. God, it's worth the price of the hotel just to park here. Look, there's sand and everything. Well, this is alright, isn't it? Ah, I'm getting the proper seaside feel now. Right. Well, here we are, my loves. We have arrived. Well, fair play, we really are right on the seafront. This is the hotel, darlings. Travelodge. Look, sand and everything. And rain, but it's the sea. Cool. Okay, just realised one potential problem. No 4G, 3G only. And I want a live stream tonight, so I'm going to have to lash out some money on hotel Wi-Fi and hope that it's better than hotel Wi-Fi usually is. Right, let's get in. I need the loo. Let's see how bad this room is. Ah, it's okay. I mean, it's incredibly basic, but looks clean. Loads of PowerPoints. What else do you need? Oh, that's nice. The guy on reception, incredibly informal, almost verging on unprofessional, and yet very pleasant. View out there, we can see the sea. Let's check out the bathroom. I mean, you could get 4 people in here. That'd be like £8.50 each. Again, it's clean. It's got a bath, it's got a shower. What more do you want? Excellent. Just come out for a smoke. It's all right. This is. The room is fine. It's clean. It's got a bug. It's got a shower. It's basic, but got everything you need. It's got USB sockets, plug sockets. It's got a kettle. Job's a good one. And oddly enough, I don't actually feel like doing much in the way of filming. I just fancy treating it as a little bit of a holiday evening and just chilling out. Obviously I'm going to do a live later on, of course I am. You need that. I might do one shortly, try and pick up some of Mustard's people. Mustard's doing a live at the moment. Dick-a-Dum-Dum, I must say, has been nothing less than a sheer delight to bring. I will head out to St. Bob's at some point, either tonight or tomorrow. Fill him up with fuel, do a mileage calculation. But fuel tank's not empty. It's not even, what? I think it's still over 3/4, so kind of done that badly on fuel. I did take it easy, kind of wafting down at 50.